Hello, my beautiful and valuable friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm Tetivik, and today we're going to discuss a few things about the interview and what to do and how to behave after you already had an interview. And doesn't matter if it's a phone interview or a video chat you had or actually in-person interview you had, there are certain steps that a lot of people don't do, and that's why they fail in a larger picture. I have created many videos about interviewing process, CVs, what to do on an interview, how to get ready, what to do before, after, during interview. So if you need a little more information, just go to my channel, find myself in different videos, and you can learn way more. I also always work with people on one-to-one because in the video, of course, there is this much I can give you. When we have 1 hour consultation or 45 minutes consultation, it is personally tailored to you so you can gain more. But these videos are also going to help you. So if you enjoy my videos, you're always welcome to contact me for one-to-one session. If you enjoy my work, you can always also donate with the links below. Whatever you need, this is the channel for you, for your career, for your improvement, and for your self-confidence. Now today we're going to discuss 3 different steps that we shall not forget after we had the interview. And no matter if this will be our job or not, we need to follow up with these steps because it trains our character. Whatever you do repeatedly creates your character, and you are going to be willing and very easily being able to do that again and again. When you had an interview, a lot of people leave the interview and leave it like that, and they expect something to happen and nothing ever happens. Well, obviously there is a big chance that they're going to call you if you were successful, and there are certain things that actually the potential employer needs to do, but there are also a few things that you as a candidate, as a potential candidate for them, are also requested to do in a professional etiquette. In my other videos, I speak that you always need to create your CV in a professional manner. You always need to be groomed. You always need to impress with your confidence, not arrogance on the interview. I always say that you need to thank them after the interview. And this is exactly what I would like to follow up in this video. Number 1 step that you need to do after you had an interview, you need to thank the person. Whoever was that scheduled the interview, whoever called you, whoever texted you, whoever emailed you, you have their contact. That's why it's a key to follow up with them. I would say don't even wait for 1 day or 24 hours. What I usually suggest to the people that come to the consultation with me, I would suggest to come out of the building, maybe wait 10-15 minutes, think about the wording, and during the first hour that you left the building, you should email them. There is no game in this to pretend that you like or you dislike. This is not a dating game. This is a professional environment, and they look for people who are in a fast-paced mindset, who are willing to reply, willing to give, willing to contribute, and actually talk and communicate with them further. So first step is write them an email. Thank you. This was, thank them for, it can be called thank you, or you can just follow up with the email they sent you before. But whatever you do, thank them about this opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity. I really enjoyed. It was nice meeting Greg or James or Steven or whoever you met. And name them, not these 2 people, but actually say their names, maybe George and Agnette, or whatever the names are. Name the people, that it was great meeting them, I had a great pleasure, we discussed this and this, I feel that I'm a very good fit because now I learned so much more. Please let me know if you have any questions, and make sure you put this one little sentence: could you please update me what is the next step? When you're thanking them in the email, you're also making a little mark about yourself in their mind, in their inbox, about yourself. So you will always come a little bit more confident than everybody else. Remember, I'm always talking about confidence, not arrogance. You're not saying, well, thanks. Did you like me, or I liked you, so when are you going to offer me the job? That is not how you speak. You always need to show your humbleness, your kindness, your high professionalism. If you look and watch all my videos about the interviewing process, and there are 3-4, or if you have one-to-one consultation, you will hear me talking about professionalism a lot of time. 70% of all the mistake people do is because they're not professional enough, because they're too emotional, because they're too caring about what other people think, and they're too worried and nervous. So you need to be professional. So number one, thank them for their time and ask them, what is the next step? Usually they will say, we will call you within one day, or we're actually considering you to inviting you again, or say, you know what, we will get in touch if we decide you're the right candidate. Whatever it is, they will tell you, and you will be more secure that you are in a communication with them. So you are in their minds, you are in their inboxes, which is very good for you. You influence their mind. It's a psychological, influential system that you create. It's unknown, it's unheard of, and nobody talks about it, but that's exactly what you do. Second, I would say carry on. The second step is carry on. Don't fall in love with this job. Don't fall in love with these people or with the building, but carry on. You were applying for jobs, carry on applying. You were having phone interviews, carry on having phone interviews. I had a lady who was proposed 2 jobs at the same time. I said, carry on doing the recruitment process for both companies and see which one will get you more, which one will offer you best, which one will start you at your role faster. And she did. And the company she was really, really excited about actually failed. They bankrupted during the recruitment, and nothing went through, and they just closed the role. And thankfully she listened to me, and she was doing fully the process of the second role, and she just started working there. If she would not do everything in the same time, if she would not carry on her process, she would fail. And imagine, after the bankruptcy, she would need to start whole process again and lose multiple months. So of course she was very happy and grateful that she listened, and that's what she does. 4 years she has been changing different roles, and she says, I do that all the time. So it does help, sometimes talking with somebody who has experience, and it doesn't have to be me. It can be, you can choose another person that you link with. It can help you to develop new skills, new character that will help you actually to get the roles you want. So if something is not working, maybe you need to change the strategy. So second step is carry on applying, carry on talking to people, carry on going to interviews, carry on doing the recruitment process until you sign the paper, until the first day you sit down on your new desk. Nothing is over. And I would say even the first week, nothing is over, because I had few people that came to me after second or third or a week and said, oh, they decided to not take me, they asked me to leave, or I left, and what shall I do now? I said, you see, because you gave up everything, you took that one thing, put your eggs in one basket, you lost everything. And I had a gentleman who was very influential in his industry, and a lot of people globally knew him, and he found the role he really wanted. We got ready, and I told him how to groom himself, what to wear, what to say, when to arrive. He did everything perfectly. These trainings really helped him. He got the role, but at the third day he understood that this management style is not for him. And he resigned. The CEO of the company resigned on the third day. So these things can happen. But why I'm telling you this story, he had a backup. He was not stopping his interviewing process. He was still doing his phone interviews. He was still emailing. He was still applying. And after, I think it was 3 weeks that it took, around 20 days, he found another role. But he didn't stop, because you never know how things can happen, So I will tell you, be prepared and carry on applying until this is the job and I'm staying. And the third, I would say, a lot of people consult you and say, oh, ask for the feedback about you after the interview. I would actually suggest you to not do that, because that shows a very vulnerable side of you that you shouldn't show. It means, oh, I don't know, I'm not confident, my self-esteem is low, please tell me something nice, or please help me so I can improve. You don't do that. It's better to ask somebody that can you film me how I speak? Can I just record myself? You can record yourself how you are in an interview, and then listen and say, oh, I'm actually really quiet, I should be a little bit more confident, or actually I'm making jokes which are completely not relevant. And you can actually analyze yourself. But please don't ask feedback from the strangers who just met you. If you had 10 years career of experience and you are going for the interview and a person is just a junior recruiter and you're asking about their feedback and they don't have no idea about the industry you're working, what kind of feedback you think you're going to get? It's just their opinion, their experience has nothing to do with you. That's why that's a vulnerable side. I would say that is a low self-esteem, saying, oh, can you give me feedback? But what did I do wrong? Why you don't want to take me? No, we don't do those things. You know, we are confident people. We walk in into interview, we shake their hand, we look in their eyes, we give our soul, we give our information, we give our minds, we share the experience, and then we walk away. If we're the right match, it will click. If we're not right match, it doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter their feedback. It doesn't matter what they have to say. And sometimes companies do give you feedback even if you don't ask. That's even worse. So you just delete that email. The only thing, if that company is going to carry on with you, they say, you know, we really liked you, would like to come invite you to come to the second stage. Please, can you wear this, or can you bring this material, can you make this presentation, and can you maybe, you know, talk about this or this aspect more. That's a feedback you should take, because it's another game, it's another step, it's another level of the interview. So I would say, don't ask for feedback from strangers. Evaluate yourself and think, what have I done wrong, what have I done right? Oh, I arrived in a very decent time, I gave 15 minutes, I was not rushing, I was calm. Or maybe I shouldn't not talk about my dogs. You know, I have 6 dogs and I spoke about my dogs on an interview. Maybe I should not talk about that. So, you know, you can evaluate yourself. If you said something personal that is not professional, just evaluate yourself and say, okay, I'm not going to talk about my pets on an interview because that's not related. So do the feedback to yourself, but not receiving it from the strangers. So let's recap one more time. After the interview is done, you need to email them. Just thank them politely. It doesn't need to be a long email. Thank them and say, could you please let me know what's the next stage? In this way, you show you're interested and you stay in their mind a bit longer than another candidate who goes quiet. Number 2, carry on applying. Apply until the day you're signed with a contract, sitting at the job in the office you want, you apply. You do not stop until you get what you want. And 3rd, don't forget to not look for validation from strangers, but evaluate yourself. Give the feedback to yourself. Maybe record the interview and listen to yourself. Maybe take pictures of what you're wearing. Maybe look at yourself and think, oh, did I answer correctly to these questions? But definitely get the feedback from yourself so you can be better on your next interview. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like more information or a training or a private session with me, I'm available for you. Let's go and nail these interviews for you so you can get the job you want. And whatever you do, please do not give up. I know it can be frustrating when you're looking for the job, when you're applying, and when you're going to the interview, but that is just a process. And one day you will be sitting in your office happy and glad that you did it. So go for it. Do your best and it will definitely fire back.